almost at the end, almost at the end. I hope you would agree, going through this paper, that it's not actually been particularly awful. I think there's been a lot of really fair, good questions, that haven't required a tremendous level of problem solving. Definitely, as you do these papers, you spot one or two, howlers, and don't get me wrong, there's a few little curveballs now and again, but I think this has been quite a good one. Anyway, I say so. Well done if you're in 2017. So yeah, let's have a look at our log rules. Now, don't forget our log rules. They're very linked to our indices rules. So if you remember, x cubed multiplied by x to the 4, it's not x to the 12, it's x to the 7. If you remember, x to the 5 over x to the 3, that's going to give you x to the 2. And if I had something like x squared cubed, I would multiply them. Okay, and that's very similar to our log rules. Okay, when we multiply logs, so when we're adding logs, we multiply the arguments. So if I've got log base a whatever 2 plus log base a 3, that'd be the same as log base a 6. Yeah, when I'm adding them, I multiply, just the same as this. Add when you multiply. Likewise, when I take away, if I've got log a 6, take away log a 3, that's going to give me log a 2. Taking away the powers when you're dividing. Take away means divide. And if I've got something like 2 log a to the 4, that's the same as log a4 to the power of 2. You multiply, multiply when you've got a power, and that's 2 times log, isn't it? So they're very linked to your indices rules. So try not to think of them as a whole other set of rules. And yeah, let's just rearrange and see what we get. So first thing I'll say for that will be log a 36. Take away log a4 to the half. I'll just write it out. Okay, so I've got take away, so that means I'm going to divide. So that's going to be 36 divided by 4, which is 9. So that's going to give me a half. Okay, so log a to the 9 is a half. And for this, again, the next thing I would always tell people, find your little, your piece of mind, your little safe space, your escape room. Not escape room, what's it called again? Is it an escape room? So, safe house, your safe room? Your safe space, yeah. I know that's the same as saying 10 squared is 100. Okay. The way I like to think on it is you're kind of moving the 10 over to here, and you're saying 10 to the power of what gives you 100. Okay, that's the way I kind of think in my head. So with this one, I'm saying a to the power of a half is 9. So I could rewrite that with a to the power of a half is equal to 9. A wee quick chat about what logs are. It's a bit like a time machine. You know the final answer. You're looking for 100, and you know that your base is 10. You're doing multiples of 10. So it's like, how long did it take to do 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 to get to 100? Well, it took 2 increments. Okay. So try and get that through your head. But this, if you can rearrange like that and imagine this 10 moving, that's enough. But really, that's what it's saying. If you've got log 2 16, you're saying, well, okay, if I keep doing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, how long does it take until I get to 16? So 2 times 2, that'd be 4, that'd be 8, that'd be 16. So it's going to be 4 times it's going to take to get to 16. Okay, so try and think on that one. Anyway, a to the half is 9. So what does that mean? Well, the half, don't forget, is root a, isn't it? So the square root of a is equal to 9. So I want to get rid of a square root, I can square both sides, so that's going to be 81. The square root of 81 gives you 9. Yeah. Watch out for that, you might get a negative. Say that was a to the negative a half is equal to 9. That simply just means 1 over a to the half equals 9. Yeah, just put it round the other way. Okay. You probably wouldn't get anybody. Yeah. All I mean is watch out for forget that bit. But just watch out when you get like a negative here. It's just 1 over the number, isn't it? So you've probably got a to the negative half equals, a ninth. So then you're saying, okay, that's 1 over, a to the half. So you're saying, right, well, what could that possibly be? So it's 1 over root a is equal to 1 over 9. Yeah, so just remember the negatives is when you cross that line. I hate also when we use A's because it looks like nines. I hate that. Sorry. So watch out for a wee negative at the end. That's a way they could make it a little bit trickier. But yeah, a nice question to finish off with your logs. You've got your log rules to remember, and just have this in your head. Have this nice visual of how you rearrange the log to write it in a form that you can solve. Okay, so we'll just check check the marking scheme for that one. So question 12. Yeah, as you would have expected, you're getting a mark for the first section here. So using your log rule, and then the rewriting, and then the actual solve. But I tell you what, a mark for just knowing that one log rule, not too bad, and then a mark for rewriting it. There's some good marks to be had in logs, and if you think, oh, I don't like these, are quite scary. Honestly, if you sit and persevere a little bit, there's some excellent marks to be had for not a lot of time. If you think how long, if you take out all my chat in this video, how long it takes to get those 2 marks anyway, just those 2, it's not a lot of time compared with, say, a straight line question or something that's got a bit more working. So really good marks to be had very, very quickly. I hope that was helpful.